how I came to the California for the first time. And it was love from the first sight. And I applied for the grant for neurosurgical training in the US and I won this grant. I found myself in the place where people consider aging and death not as a natural process. I resist the idea that anything you've done has already locked you into one path. It's actually, I guess, the most powerful ability of our nervous system is exactly that, like adaptability. Yeah, people with paralysis or blind people or speechless people, they will be able to use their body functions again through technologies. Main interest is for sure brain-computer interfacing. Yeah.
I guess we might be the first person who make an implant in our brains. Anya, I'm so glad to see you today in my Santa Clara studio. It's a pleasure to see you, and let me introduce you briefly. Anya is a scientist, poet, and a beautiful lady.
Thank you.
And please say a few words about yourself, and we will go today talking about your career, about your immigrant journey, and about, I know you bring something interesting about some cool stuff.
Yeah,
let's start.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so delighted to be here, such an amazing studio, and I'm looking forward to your questions. And what about my introduction? As you said, my name is Anna, or Hanna in Belarusian language. And I moved to the United States 2 years ago, and I was a neurosurgeon for more than 10 years, mostly focused on brain surgery, like neuro-oncology, but not only brain surgery, also spinal cord surgery and reconstructive neurosurgery. And now I work for a biotech startup in the Bay Area focused on longevity and brain aging. And I'm a co-founder of my own startup, PigPug Health. We develop a solution for kids with ADHD, but I think we will go deeply into the topic during the conversation.
So important things to cover. Yeah, was you start your startup? Was you starting your startup here because of you in the Silicon Valley, or it was?
No, it was a few years ago before I moved. I mean, like I knew my co-founder for many years, and once I moved to the United States, we just started to work more closely together. But some of pilot studies we performed in Belarus a few years ago. So yeah, it was a long journey.
Why did you decide to do it? If you're a scientist, is it easy to move to the States? You're smart lady, guy, and you kind of have a PhD, you just everything's so easy. Is it so?
You know what? I would say that my relationship with the United States started about 16 years ago.
Oh my God.
When I first came to the US through work and travel student program. You probably know about this program.
Which part of US?
I worked in a small town, charming, nice town in Delaware. The name of this town is Rehoboth Beach. It's in Delaware, East Coast, and I spent almost the whole summer there. So this is how my journey started. And you know what? I came to the US and I couldn't barely speak English. And it was so challenging for me at the beginning because I didn't know how to ask, are you hiring, when I was looking for a job. But it was exciting, despite that I didn't know English. I wouldn't say even very well. I didn't know it at all. I managed to find at least 3 jobs and I made good money. And then I decided to travel around the United States. And this is how I came to the California for the first time.
Oh.
And it was love from the first sight. After the program, I returned to Belarus, my home country. But I carried the dream with me that one day I will move back to California because I feel like this is the place where I'm meant to be. And for me, like my first impression about the US and about California was that this is the land of opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible here. Even without English knowledge, I managed to make money, right? And if you have education, if you have a good command of language and you are professional, you will definitely succeed. And this is why I decided to move here.
Yeah, absolutely following you. After that, how did you find yourself in a decision to relocate totally to the United States? Was it hard to you, or was it related with some consultations with family, with friends? How was it?
It's fascinating journey, I would say. As I said, I worked as a neurosurgeon for many years in my country, and I was a member, and I'm still a member of European Association of Neurosurgical Societies. And there was an exchange program between European and American societies, and I applied for the grant for neurosurgical training in the US, and I won this grant, and this is how I came to the US in 2022, basically for neurosurgical training and in endovascular neurosurgery. I came as a tourist, on a tourist visa. And what was fun that, during my transatlantic flight, I was reading a book written by Michio Kaku. This is a famous scientist, outstanding person, and he is also a pioneer of theory of strings. And he was born in San Jose, by the way, like nearby. And this book was about future of medicine, future of our world, about, brain-computer interfaces, nanotechnologies, and even like space travel. And I felt like, wow, like this transit actually for me was same as travel in a time machine, like to the future. And after my neurosurgical training, we went with my friends to San Diego to the RADFest. RADFest is longevity conference, revolution against aging and death. And what was fun that it was all about, like, I found myself in the place where, people consider aging and death as not as a natural process, but as a disease that has to be treated.
Okay, is a problem have to solve.
Yes. And, I basically moved from the surrounding where people mostly focused on how to survive to the place where people not only thinking about how to extend their life, but actually how to live forever. That's completely, different mindset. That what impressed me most of all about the United States during my early steps here.
Yeah, great story. As you were prepared, because you had a work and travel program, what first myth of American dream you prove, or opposite you decided that it falls when you started living here? Did you have some thoughts about American dream myths, American myths that everyone, I don't know, has a 2 cars, house, and
mansions,
Yeah, mansions.
Like private jets. I don't. I'm still working on buying my private jet. Of course, American dream is a common topic of conversation, right? For sure, you need to work hard to succeed. It's not only like, yes, this is the land of opportunities, but for sure you need merit, you need achievements, and you need to work hard to achieve your goals.
Sorry for interrupting. What does it mean, work hard? Everyone in Belarus, Russia, whatever, think that they work hard. Is it kind of finishing work at 6 p.m., go to the subway, and struggling with your job?
When I was here through work and travel student program, I had 3 jobs at the same time. And my weekend was I thought that I have a holiday when I had just 1 job in the morning. It was a holiday.
It's easy week. It's a day.
But what I wanted to say that working hard is not enough. Actually, what is more important, there are a lot of opportunities, but I'm not sure that they are equally distributed between all the people and also between immigrants. And what is more important is networking. Like you need to connect with other people. You need to present yourself, show up, work in your visibility so people will know about you, learn about you. You need warm connections, and these warm connections will help you to find a good job or better opportunities with more successful rate than just working hard, because just knowledge by itself is not enough. And of course, burnout is a real thing, right? Because this is an expensive area and people try to make money and they work like 80, 100 hours per week, but then end up with burnout. And when they just want to go somewhere to Asia, meditate and do Vipassana, that's it.
Yeah,
so
but
you need some kind of balance.
Yeah, I agree with you. But sometimes when we drop off our kids to school and have a conversation with some parents, they said, "Oh, okay, come with us to pickleball court, kind of Wednesday morning." And we said, well, we have some deals to do, some busy days. And they said, okay, let's maybe we can see each other in a golf course. I don't know, this weekend. It looks like sometimes people doesn't work at all. Do you think it's a kind of opposite? We can see some people who have a rest whole day in the San Francisco streets. They But what do you think? Maybe it's because of your personality, because of you have some passion.
I think that people keep working hard here, even though you can see a lot of people walking on the streets, but a lot of people work remotely, right? And I know people who work, like, let's say early in the morning because they have meetings with Asia or different part of the world, and they need to work early in the morning, like 6 a.m. or late in the evening, like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. So you never know who is really working hard.
Yeah.
And in comparison with my previous job, let's say, like when I was a neurosurgeon full-time with my night shifts, my current situation is much easier, like way less stressful and way better paid.
Well, I'm curious about your R&D or your scientist work. Could you describe what are you doing in your day job? And you mentioned your startup.
Yes, I can reveal part of information because this is a stealth company I'm working on. And what was fun and unexpected, a few years ago, I thought that neurosurgery was the only thing I could do. It was my identity, my whole world. And then I took a leap of faith and moved along to another country, and I discovered that I can grow neurons from stem cells in the lab and conduct different experiments with these cells. And I even can perform genome editing of stem cells using different types of technology like CRISPR. And it's insane, I reinvented myself in the ways I've never imagined. And our project is mostly focused on brain aging and longevity. And as for now, unfortunately, I'm not, I cannot share like the whole piece of information what we are doing, but hopefully in the foreseeable future, we will be able to succeed in treatment of neurodegenerative diseases and in our brain health. Hopefully, we're working hard on this.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. And also, as I said, I'm a co-founder of the startup. The name of the startup is PigPug Health. This is AI neurofeedback solution for kids with ADHD. This is all-in-one solution. We created EEG headset and video games and the platform to connect parents and kids with neurofeedback trainers on the platform. And how it works, so kid is playing the game on the platform, wearing the headset, and this game can change its flow based on EEG data from the headset, and it makes the child to stay focused and concentrated without medications. So everything is going on in the real time through interaction with the brain and with the game. And I brought our device, so that's the thing. They look just like headphones, and they have The device has dry electrodes inserted inside, and also there are electrodes in these movable bands, so you can move them. The device helps to get EEG data from any part of the brain, not only from frontal lobe, but you can move the band and take data from any part. So yeah, like it just look like this. Yeah. This is a working prototype, and we're working on manufacturing the devices and launching our
Is it
products.
important which part of brain you measure, and you can get different signals from choosing different parts?
Yeah, for focus and attention, we mostly need frontal lobes. Yeah, mostly this area. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You know, I just yesterday watched a kind of a documentary series, Trap for Humanity, Trap for People. It's about micro and nanoplastic pieces, which everywhere, as they said, micro and nanoplastic in the air, in the ocean, water. They say that it causes of ADHD problems with kids, because let's say 50 years ago it was one each 16th kid has some problem with autism or ADHD, and in the next 20-30 years it will be every second. It's dramatically increased.
Yes, perhaps so. Like as for now in the US, there are about 2 million of kids with autism and about 6 million of kids with ADHD, like officially. But I'm sure it's even more because we face mental crisis. Because of digital overstimulation, you know, and I guess like neurodiversity will grow significantly. Not only neurodiversity, but other mental health issues like depression and anxiety. And I'm so fascinated about the field of neurotechnologies, how they move forward and help people. Like we try to help with neurofeedback, and for example, there is a treatment for depression with neurostimulation, like transmagnetic neurostimulation, and it helps to treat depression in one day. You know, like that's insane. You can forget about a month, like years of struggling and taking antidepressants, and just one day treatment, and you're done. And good to go, live your happy life. And
yeah, I need that device.
That's amazing.
Sometimes.
Yeah, me too. Like, yeah, because sometimes, yeah, of course, I also feel depressed and down, especially in the beginning of my journey. It was tough.
Have you missed your home country in first months, days after you came to States? Missing kind of favorite cafe in the city, friends?
You evoked a lot of memories in my mind now. I hope I will not start crying. Okay, even though I dreamed about moving to the US and California, and I totally have this feeling that my dream came true. Of course, when I came here, I experienced a huge loss, right? Because I moved here just alone by myself, and I left behind everything comforting and familiar. My family, friends, surrounding, favorite places, as you said, like, but not only these, but also my patients, my colleagues, and operating room. And I lived in a nice apartment in a fancy neighborhood close to my job. And then I moved here. And at first, my room had nothing, just a mattress on the floor in the beginning. And simple things, simple tasks like basic routine, how to pay for your phone, how to move around without a car, or how to find medical care. It was all these things were challenging in the beginning. It made me really stressed, and even how to find healthy food in a grocery store.
Yeah.
I have a fun story about the grocery shop. Like the town where I live in East Bay, it's a small town, and some of the areas of this town are unsafe. Like you'd better don't go there. Just don't. And I don't have grocery stores nearby. And I didn't have a car at that moment, at the beginning when I came. And I decided, okay, I need some food. Like, I need some ideally healthy food, and I just need to go shop for food. And I decided to walk there to the unsafe part of the town. And it was about 30 minutes walking distance. And I came there and I spent maybe 1 hour trying to find something at least somehow healthy, but everything was like low quality food, junk food, sugar food. And I was so angry, so upset that on my way back home, I was swearing out loud in the Russian offensive language, like all the way and shouting. And, I think that the scammers and homeless people, they didn't approach me because they thought, oh, she's crazy. She's local.
She's crazy speaking Russian. let's avoid it.
She's local. She's crazy. She's one of us. Like, yeah.
I'm curious about your social life. Could you share your experience, how you adapting to that society? Do you think that you have already integrated to American culture? Please share, and maybe you can help our audience to manage it when we come, or maybe they're already here.
Yeah, of course, social life is important. And as I said, I moved here alone, and I realized that this is my responsibility to show up, even though I consider myself as an introvert. And I decided I need to go to networking events. Like, it was like my second full-time job, just all the time. Networking, I'm here. And it helped me to meet friends, to establish good, meaningful connections. And now I can say that my surrounding is maybe even bigger than my surrounding in Belarus, or at least the same. And I feel comfortable about it because all the opportunities, they come through people, right? So information about the events, about job opportunities, whatever, about traveling. And this is why it's so important just to show up. And I remember like my first days in the Bay Area, I just posted information, a post in Facebook group. I don't remember what was the group, but I just posted, I'm in East Bay, I need to socialize. And a few people approached me directly to direct messages, and we started, we met for coffee and started to hang out, and they became my very, very close friend, One of my friends, she lives in San Rafael, the city next to me, and I feel like she's like my sister. It's already about like a sisterhood. So of course, yeah, that's important. I wouldn't say that I'm fully integrated in American culture. I'm trying. I'm on my way. But also, what about connecting to the roots and my like native culture? There is a huge Russian-speaking community in the United States, in California as well, and a lot of different types of events you can easily go. It can be a theater performance, it can be poetry evening, whatever. By the way, I like poetry events because I write poems by myself. And now I started be more involved in Bay Area open mics. I translated some of my poems from Russian to English to be able to present them to the English-speaking audience, and I find it pretty exciting. I like it. Yeah.
Don't you mind to present something today?
I don't remember by heart. I just need my phone to read it. Because
we can take it. If you, I will be very happy if you present.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do. Okay, I started talking about open mics, and this is one of my poems translated by one of my precious friends. He's native both in Russian and English, and this is a letter to Pacific Ocean. I like Pacific Ocean. Sometimes I communicate with the Pacific Ocean, like ask about my wishes, So highly recommend it. It works. Dear Ocean, let's stay for a bit. We need no words for understanding. The sky above with stars is lit. The love in your eyes is not pretending. The flow of my thoughts dissolved in you. Separations forgotten. I'm calm as can be. In gratitude to the sound of your waves in blue, for not shaking when hands are touching me, for the lightness of breath, for a clear mind, for my shore that became a model of purity. I'm fearless like a storm. I'm calm, you will find. I'm strong, and just like you, I'm free. I'm quite satisfied with how things are. At the foot of the water, solitude ends. And while we stay from the all sounds afar, the sunrise will be just around the bend.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
this is the
it's cool.
Poetry.
Cool. So very beautiful words connected each other, despite of sense, of course. It's a very beautiful sound.
Thank you for your feedback. Of course, yeah, it can help you understand the main meaning of my poem, because originally it's in Russian, and of course translation is a different thing, but still, I try to make it beautiful. That's my language.
And could you recommend, by the way, some open mix where you come to present your poems?
My favorite place I highly recommend you to visit is the Center, San Francisco. And every Sunday evening, they organized open mics. They call them Decentered Open Mics. It's a very nice gathering of talented people. Some people present poetry. Some people play musical instrument or sing a song. And just, you can even present a stand-up comedy if you want. Yeah, it's amazing.
I can do nothing from that list. Sure, I just can see.
I'm sure you have hidden talents. I should ask Kate about it.
I know that you have some interesting, funny story, and you have a funny chicken toy. Could you? I'm curious. What is it? Is it something legal? We have no adult content. Just
It's absolutely legal, and this is an amazing thing, which can significantly improve your life. Like, yeah, I swear. So I visited the mastermind of a coach facilitator. Her name is Kimberly Whiffling. It was a few months ago, and she gave us these rubber chicken toys and she demonstrated something. I will demonstrate it to you. But that's the thing that helped me to survive in the moment of despair, you know. And because, again, I was the first person in my lineage who moved not only to another country, but to another continent. Mm-hmm. And I clearly understand my mission, because I want to change the trajectory of my lineage from suffering to abundance, and from survival mode to joy. Mm-hmm. Because I think, I guess we share a common background, and our ancestors, they endured much survival, you know, and even now my parents, they remain in a country involved in a military conflict. Yeah. So victimhood, survival, and suffering, it's nice patterns to have, but it's better to avoid. Life is the game, right? It doesn't matter which cards you are given. What matters is how you play them. Yes. So yeah, I decided to move, and this chicken helped me to survive. And I want to demonstrate something. So why did the chicken fall?
Because you allow to fall this chicken, kind of let them go.
Exactly. That's a brilliant answer. A lot of the people, they said it's about gravity. Like, that's the force of gravity.
Okay.
But your answer is exactly right, because, yeah, chicken will not fall if you will not let it go, right? And gravity has nothing to do with it. In the moments of despair, and when you have like no motivation to move forward, just don't unclench your hand. Like, don't let the chicken fall. Don't let yourself fall. And it was the powerful moment of this mastermind, of this workshop. And I was like, whoa, I just need to keep this chicken in my hand. I have to keep it. Don't unclench my hand. Don't let myself fall. And it was, I put this chicken on my table, and in the moments when I was really upset about things in my life, whatever, like job situation or relationship, I was like, no, I won't let the chicken fall.
Yeah. It's a good example of our responsibility for our life. We can find many reasons that gravity, other people, government, economy, Trump, whoever responsible. But at the end, we have choice. While we are alive, we have ability to change our life, I think.
Oh, for sure. And as you said, there are so many things in life we cannot control. But what we can, it's actually, I guess, the most powerful ability of our nervous system is exactly that, like adaptability. Because we can adjust, we can reshape ourselves, we can transform our journey, transform lives, and we can rewrite our own stories, change the world. And it's all about adaptability. And as a neuroscientist, I can say it's about neuroplasticity, right? We already have everything we need for change. Sometimes limiting beliefs, they can take hold and we think that they are too strong to change, but change is always possible, right? We have our neurons in our brain and connections between them, synapses, and that's all we need to reshape our life and reinvent ourselves and adapt to different challenging situations and create a new life. So now I live absolutely new life. I've never imagined, like a few years ago, I had no idea that I will be in Silicon Valley, working in a longevity startup and developing my own company and presenting rubber chicken at your podcast. But that's what is happening, and I love it, and it's amazing.
I have the same thoughts that if I'm in Silicon Valley, I definitely have to launch something cool, to do some cool stuff. When I'm here, I think I started, as you said, go to better understand myself. Because when you're surviving, you don't have time to understand yourself. You kind of just make your business commute to office and whatever. And here, when you have many choice, you see other people choose to do some charity activity, volunteering, and running business or create some cool devices or software.
Yeah, I think that the main thing is to be able to embrace uncertainty, right? There are a lot of things we cannot control, and it's all about the journey. And I think that some people got lost in face of fears of uncertain situation. They cannot control what their life, but they think that some kind of job or career pathway they possess now, it's the only possible way, but it is not. Recently, listening to commencement speeches for graduating students became my passion. And last year, Melinda French Gates, a philanthropist and famous businesswoman, she delivered a powerful speech for Stanford's graduates. And I do really love what she said. Resist the idea that anything you've done has already locked you into one path or any one kind of life or career. And it's such a highlight. It's such a statement. Like, resist the idea that everything you know, that's all. You can reinvent yourself in the ways you've never imagined. Just take a step out of comfort zone. Take a step towards the future, the new possibilities, move to another country, start a new journey. And you will be able to see the new bright picture in front of you. Yeah, that's powerful.
That's why I'm American, as all of Americans, immigrants. It's kind of a very special nation because all of them found ability to make that step. And I think in a generation, it builds that nation and that feeling of responsibility. If we take 300 million Americans, it creates that American dream and that feeling.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you think about artificial intelligence? You're so deep in neurons and researching brain. And recently I saw the news that some of model passed the Turon test, where people conversate with AI, and 70 or 80% of people don't understand that it's AI or a real person have a conversation with them. My question is AI part of your life right now? In which way do you use it?
In many ways. Of course, it's a part of my life. Quite often, it helped me to find information I need or organize my thoughts sometimes. What else? I'm focused on AI from the neurotech perspective, right? Because AI is everywhere right now, and like every solution has has AI in it, almost every solution. And what about speech, for example? That's amazing. Like a few days ago, I watched a video. It's a demonstration video of a breakthrough project. It was done at UC Davis about speech neuroprosthetics. And the guy who suffered from ALS, this is a disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and the patient is not able to speak. What they did, they created brain-computer interface and implanted this interface, the device, into the brain. And the system, the device, is able to decode his thoughts and convert his thoughts into words. And AI can speak with his language. They found the previous videos from his life when he was able to speak, and he used his voice, and they learned AI to speak his own voice. And literally now the patient is able to speak with his own voice through the device and AI.
It's amazing technology.
It made me cry, because I had a lot of patients, neuro-oncological patients, who suffered from stroke or like from tumors in the speech area, and they were not able to speak after the surgery, or this area was destroyed by a tumor. And now what's happening that these patients, they are able to speak again. And cool this stuff. Is how one of the implementations of AI. From one point you said that there was a test and it was really hard to distinguish, is it a real person or is it AI? So look at the patient who is not able to speak, and now he is able because AI can speak his voice, and it's amazing. It's fascinating. So I'm definitely a techno-optimist, and I'm curious about the future and all the implementations of AI in healthcare and even beyond. I mean, in terms of brain enhancement or cognitive enhancement. So looking forward to
I guess we might be the first person who make an implant in our brains, if it will be possible, like in a Black Mirror movie.
For me, it's exciting. I'm definitely positive. I have positive thinking about the technology.
Yeah, me too. Recently, Elon Musk's company NeroLink, I guess, revealed implant about vision. They're about to break through device which help people who lost fully their vision to recover their vision, even if they was born without ability to see. They might start to do it. It's amazing.
Yeah, people with paralysis or blind people or speechless people, they will be able to use their body functions again through technologies. And this is great. And as I know, NeroLink announced that they are open worldwide. So before, they accepted patients only in the United States and then in the UK. And now they are open worldwide. So any patient in any country, even Belarus or Russia or Kazakhstan, I don't know what else, Asia, Thailand, can apply for the research and apply for clinical trials. That's great, I think.
Cool. if you could go back past when you live in Belarus and give you advice before you moving to the United States, what was it?
I would say embrace the journey and trust the timing of your life. And you are exactly where you're meant to be. And that's it.
Yeah. It's important to believe in yourself.
I think take an action and see what happens.
Yeah. You said that you can share everything because it kind of know-how and startup, of course. But what is your vision about neuro brain researching? What is the right name for your industry?
Neurotech field, I guess, like neurotechnology field.
Yeah. What is your vision? What trends do you see?
It's a fast-growing industry, and I definitely see myself in the future in this industry. As an immigrant, I have a challenge to be a neurosurgeon here because I need to pass medical license exams and then go to the residency for 7 years.
No, are you going to do it?
No, I don't think so. So this is why I'm focused mostly on scientific part of neuro-brain field and neurotechnologies. And as for now, this neurotech market is about 15 billion. I did some research because I was curious, and it is expected that by 2029 it will be around 30 billion with compound annual growth rate of 14%. So if you want to invest in neurotech, so the time is now. Wow. And what is also interesting is that from 8 companies which raised about $100 million last year, 6 of 8 they develop implantable brain-computer interfaces, neuro devices. And implantable neurotech solutions, they raise more money in fewer deals than all the other field. Mm-hmm. So as a neurosurgeon, of course, I'm mostly interested in surgical solutions and neurosurgery-related research. But a part of that, I'm also looking to the mental health crisis, as we already discussed about mental health issues like depression and anxiety and ADHD. And this field will grow significantly as well. We experience it now, and these mental health issues, they will rise dramatically in the foreseeable future. So neurostimulation, neurofeedback, these are all the fields subjects of study and research. And I think more to come. A lot of interesting things will be developed, and I'm so looking forward to it. But my main interest is for sure brain-computer interfacing. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You're in a right place for building your career.
Yeah, San Francisco Bay Area is the main hub for this type of innovation. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. By the way, could you share the link to your product about treatment ADHD with our audience? And maybe if you can provide some consultation by yourself or maybe your team, we can share that information. And if people ask, I think it will be available, maybe talking in terms of product, in terms of maybe fundraising, or in terms of some specific question about that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for this opportunity. For sure, I will send you a link. You will be able to show this link, connect to the podcast. And as for now, we have working prototypes, so we do not sell the product yet, but I hope we will manufacture devices soon and we will be able to sell the device and subscription plans. But I'm open to conversations. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about neurofeedback and our device and ADHD in general, and recent trends in neurotech field connected with the mental health. I would be happy. I'm open for discussions and collaborations for sure.
Well, great. Well, it's a so inspiring conversation, and I hope you will come many times to me, and we can discuss maybe more deeply your poems and some different parts of your hobbies of your life. Thank you for coming today to me. I wish you good luck in your journey here in the United States and building your career.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was such a joy being here and talking to you. I definitely would be happy to come to this place again and have wonderful conversations. And it's such an honor for me to be a guest. And I wish you also wonderful conversation with another amazing people from the area, not only from the Bay Area, but from the whole the United States, I think.
Yeah.
And so looking forward to hearing more of your podcasts. Thank you so much.